We can occupy the vote. We will occupy the vote. We must occupy the vote. And we will not stop until we are one nation under God with liberty, justice, and economic opportunity for all.
With the charge to address unparalleled economic and educational challenges and inequities by defending and exercising the right to vote, 2012 has been a banner year for the National Urban League. The year started with a call for immediate national action around the country's education and job training crisis. In January, the National Urban League released an 8-point plan to educate, employ, and empower with program and policy recommendations for the nation. Our well-received comprehensive plan attracted the attention of policymakers, educators, and the media. In February, Time magazine focused on the plan as it highlighted the National Urban League's job training, entrepreneurship, and education programs in a special section. In support of digital literacy and our 8-point plan to educate, employ, and empower, the National Urban League continues to administer the Project Ready Digital Connectors program. 16 National Urban League affiliates are using this program to teach young people how to train others in their communities in digital literacy. As a result, nearly 35,000 digital literacy trainings have already been conducted.
Wiggle it out like that.
Pull it out.
Science, technology, engineering, and math remain a major focus for our Project Ready participants. This year, one of our most dynamic and engaged volunteer groups, the Young Professionals, partnered with the National Society of Black Engineers to focus on education and mentoring at their 9th annual National Day of Service. The theme was STEMworks, Success, Seed to STEM. Local high schools and Urban League YP chapters partnered to bridge the gap. As a result, more than 4,000 students were mentored on STEM-related projects in 5 cities. The National Urban League's longest-running program is the Black Executive Exchange Program, or BEEP. Its success continues to grow. This year, 464 executives were recruited to act as visiting professors at 67 historically Black colleges and universities. The executives provided corporate training and counseling to students. Providing business counseling and training services to small businesses and business owners is the focus of the Entrepreneurship Center program. Now in its 7th year, the program racked up big numbers, helping more than 6,300 clients and creating 321 new jobs. Another major launch was the Urban Empowerment Fund. It provides loans and technical assistance to minority-owned small businesses and affordable housing developers in the urban communities it serves. In March, the National Urban League addressed challenges to hard-fought voting rights and the economic and educational challenges faced by African Americans. The report, The State of Black America 2012, Occupy the Vote to Educate, Employ, and Empower, was released at a town hall event at Howard University. More than 1,000 members from the university and surrounding Washington, D.C. communities discussed the critical issues surrounding recent changes in voter ID laws that could potentially disenfranchise millions of voters. The Voter ID Challenge continued to be the focus at the 2012 Legislative Policy Conference. The Urban League movement gathered in Washington, D.C. with members of Congress and key members of the Obama administration to discuss pressing issues facing African Americans. Also released in 2012, The Hidden Swing Voters: Impact of African Americans. This report shows that in the 2008 election, African Americans achieved near parity in voting power for the first time ever and were critical in the election outcomes in Virginia, Indiana, and Florida. African Americans were also the deciding factor in North Carolina, underscoring the fact that every vote counts. In July, over 5,000 registered attendees converged on New Orleans for the National Urban League's 2012 conference. President Barack Obama announced the establishment of the White House Initiative on Educational Excellence for African Americans.
If we don't keep fighting for better jobs and better schools and a better future, who will?
The conference also included an Occupy the Vote to Educate, Employ, and Empower panel on protecting voting rights, a free Small Business Matters Entrepreneurship Summit for local businesses, and and a gala honoring Attorney General Eric Holder and Stevie Wonder as living legends. This year's conference also celebrated 70 years of volunteer service by the Urban League Guild with a keynote by Donna Brazil delivered at the Guild Luncheon. In addition, more than 9,000 people visited the National Urban League Experience Expo Hall and Career Fair. To top it off, the 2012 National Conference included a thrilling concert by Chaka Khan and Dougie Fresh at the New Orleans Arena. In 2012, celebrities, artists, and activists, including Angela Bassett, Eric Benet, Reverend Al Sharpton, and Lamont Rucker, joined the National Urban League for a series of public service announcements to fight voter suppression.
Your vote is your voice.
Stay silent.
And your opinion is lost.
Your right to vote could be denied.
Changes in state voting laws could affect you.
Protect your right to vote. Call 1-866-MY-VOTE1 or visit occupythevote12.org.
It's time to be heard.
Occupy the vote.
In total, the Occupy the Vote campaign in social media, print, TV, and radio advertisements, as well as grassroots efforts to register voters and educate people about new voter ID laws, reached over 10 million people. This resulted in a tremendous voter turnout across the country.
The effort to suppress the vote with voter ID laws may have backfired because of the reports we've received from so many communities is that there was a strong voter turnout with people in lines all throughout the day. So it's a powerful victory. Now it's time for the nation to unite and try to move together to try to confront the challenges we face.
In 2012, the National Urban League continues to fulfill its promise and lead the way. And we remain steadfast in our commitment to create opportunity, working with our network of 98 affiliates to empower communities and change lives.